Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel, and we're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham, Oregon. Tonight, we're going to be talking with Hands of Favor, an organization that serves the Portland and Vancouver area. And with us representing Hands of Favor is the Executive Director, Derek Thompson. Thanks for being here, Derek.
Thanks for having me.
So we met at another event, a fundraiser,
Right.
a while back, and got to talking and found out there was a lot of things that we kind of saw eye to eye on. And I met Regina. She was with you, and I was really interested about the way that you go about your ministry or your work that you do with the people that need help. Tell me a little bit about what your mission is at Hands of Favor, and then kind of we can work into how you go about finding people to serve.
I'll say it like this: the mission started out as simply taking haircuts and salon services around to different communities and using it as a tool, a motivational tool to lift up people who were in, I call it like down situations. And that means whether they were at-risk youth, whether they were at-risk adults, people coming back from maybe jail, off of drugs, unwed mothers, battered women, anybody who needed a lift up. And it was just a way to help them restore some dignity back into their lives, some self-confidence, some more positive sense of self-worth. And it does do that. And it does
I love going to get my hair cut. Because you feel better, you feel like you look better, and it does. It gives you more confidence in yourself.
I'm glad you said that, because when people recognize how they feel with that, and I mean people like you and me who maybe can go and get these things done regularly, then you take someone who can't, or maybe has never had that done, or has had that done and can't do it anymore, how they must feel when they get to go through that again.
They don't look their best. They know, and so then they don't feel their best, and then and it makes it hard for you to get out there and put yourself out there. Maybe if you're trying to find a job or something like that.
Exactly.
Trying to get back on your feet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how did you come about? This obviously was your background. You were a hairstylist.
Right. I was a hairstylist and cosmetology instructor for quite a few years, and it's not something that I planned on doing as far as a nonprofit. My idea after I retired was just to go around to schools, because I found out that where I live in Clark County, that there are 23,000 children in the elementary school system just in Clark County itself, and 11,000 of them qualified for reduced lunch. And that spoke a lot to me, plus the fact that a lot of my clients were teachers. And so we talked about those things a lot during my career. And when I retired, I thought, well, I would just go around to the schools, see if the administrators would maybe possibly make some room for me to go around once in a while and cut some of the children's hair. Then I met some people. I met somebody, happened to be actually a commissioner over in Clark County, and he referred me to another person, an organization that is it's called 911, if I can, Ministry 911, if I can mention their name. What they are, they're a faith-based nonprofit organization that their sole purpose is to help other nonprofit faith-based organizations get started. And
so they kind of gave you a little hand there.
It just happened, because I never expected to do that. And when it came about, it's like, wow, okay, so, and we've been doing it now for about a year, and I think we're in our year and 5th month now.
Wow. You know, I think that's the way most good things happen, is it's word of mouth and somebody telling somebody else, and you working together and collaborating, and that's how the best things happen.
Oh, I love it. I'm thankful for it. And if I may add, before I forget, we were talking about how it makes people feel. Another aspect or benefit of it too that I think a lot of people don't think about is it also, when those same people that we're talking about, that we're helping to motivate, to lift up, to help to restore a little bit of dignity. And I might add, we do that along with other organizations, because we are not a standalone organization, but we are what I call a plug-in organization, because we can fit in with very, very many kind of different organizations. But it also will help the same people. An example I like to use is people sitting in front of a storefront asking for money, or we see people on the streets, and we tend to look over and whatnot. Those very same people, we don't know their stories, we don't know where they came from, we don't know their potential. And we don't look at them, or we don't look at them right. But if they look like you and me, then we look at them a little bit differently too.
Right,
and that is another positive aspect of it too. So there is everything about it is a benefit.
That's great. Hey, that's a good thing. So you brought some pictures, I believe,
yes,
and I want to show those because you can kind of see how people are reacting to some of what you've done. So tell us what we're looking at here.
This one, if I recall right, there's an organization called Compassion Connect, and I believe that they're national now. Yeah, and they're a conglomeration of churches that pool their resources, and I don't just mean financial, I just mean resources in whatever way they can.
Time,
right, exactly.
money, whatever.
And we were partnered with Compassion Southwest. This was out there at Wilson High School. And as you can see, the young lady right there, she's, if I recall right, that was a family, and they were having a hard time. As families do. Making it by, and you can look at the expression on the young lady's face, how she looks, seeing herself in the mirror, and having gotten a professional job, because that's another thing that we do. We treat people just like as if they were paying $35, $40, $50. We always do that. This one was Compassion North, held at Roosevelt High School last year, as a matter of fact. This was only the second time, if I recall, that this young man ever got a professional haircut. Right. Cute little thing, too. Oh, this one I love. This one was just last Christmas at Salvation Army North in Portland. Santa Cuts is what they call. They do that event once a year. And if I like to add, 2001 is when I first ever volunteered to do anything like this, and it was at Salvation Army North.
So the one on
Killingsworth. And that was the first one I ever did it with, and to have come back around full circle and to do these with them now. And matter of fact, we just are partnering with them. We're going to be doing it there monthly at Salvation Army North. But those, just expressed on these young ladies' faces when they got this done, and the ladies in the background helping us were at Paul Mitchell School in downtown Portland.
Great. Get some experience there, and that's wonderful. She looks like, I'm beautiful. Doesn't she have that kind of look on her face? Yeah, she is.
Exactly.
She certainly is.
That's why I like the without me even saying anything, the expressions, I can't even explain it the way the expressions explain.
Tell me about some people that you've worked with. Have you had women, men who have come in and really been down, and you really can see the effect they have, not just kids, but adults?
Yes, that young man right there.
Okay, yeah?
And all I did was cut all his hair off, but he came in very standoffish, maybe almost with a bad attitude, but we approach people, not just professionally, but we approach people because we genuinely care. We genuinely love people. And matter of fact, it's very important to all of our volunteers that if you must have a heart, you must love people, you must care about people. And because you're sitting in their chair, they've invited into their personal space, they can feel it if it's real or not real. Yeah. And just because of that, you can look at the look on that young man's face. He was almost flabbergasted, like, wow, somebody cares about me.
That's a good feeling. On both ends.
On both ends. Oh, it gets us. I mean, sometimes,
I can imagine.
There's a few of those.
I can imagine. So you have a couple things coming up that you're going to be doing. And you told me earlier that you try to do things on a monthly basis if you can, because it brings consistency and stability to somebody's life when they know that they can keep coming to you. So there's a Dress for Freedom, which is something that's not open to the public, but it's, you said, for foster kids, is that?
Foster girls.
Foster girls, okay.
Ages 12 to 18 years old. Unfortunately, that one is only done on a yearly basis, but it serves quite a few young ladies when it does. We expect, at the meeting the other day, I think they said, we expect 100 girls this year. We had 85 of them last year.
So are there other groups there doing other things at the same time?
So there's... like I say, it's a complete day for those girls, and it's not just a couple hours, it's a complete day for the girls. I forget what time we start in, but it's quite a few hours that we do it. It's night.
You're tired at the end of the day,
It's night when we leave. You know what? I never get tired, because helping people, you never get tired.
It just rejuvenates you.
But we do complete head-to-toe makeovers on them. We do haircuts, we do hairstyles, we do makeup. They get as we said, gently used formal clothing for the girls, seamstresses on site.
Ah, so they're getting ready for a big event, for a...
It's not even for a big event. It's just so they can feel like princesses, because that's what last year I remember a couple of them said they felt like princesses. The two little girls that I spoke of to you some time ago, that their teachers said they couldn't sit still in school because they were still talking so much about it. She said they felt like princesses.
And how often do you get to feel like a princess? That's
Exactly.
pretty special. That's
exactly.
pretty special.
You know, but as a matter of fact, we had 85 girls and we had almost 90 volunteers, and I like to add that part in.
Wow. And that was going to be one of my next questions. So you do have a need for volunteers. Who can volunteer, and what kinds of things can people do?
Anybody can volunteer. I'm glad you asked the question, what kind of things people can do. With our organization, naturally we want hairstylists and barbers and makeup artists. They don't have to be professional because they're not getting paid. They have to know how to do it. In other words, that's why we have some, you saw a couple of students on there from Paul Mitchell, and we're trying to get with Paul Mitchell. But people just...
Some people have a
all you
talent
have to
for
do,
it.
they have a talent for it, but all you have to do is care and want to help. Why I say that? Because many times there are hosts, there are hostesses, there are greeters. Many times just the heart to be able to touch these people, because remember, a lot of these people seriously don't even get touched. To be able to put your hand on their shoulder or to give them a hug, to smile at them, to say hi, that goes a long way. You would be surprised. You have to be there. Matter of fact, I'll invite you to some.
Okay.
You have to be there to really see just what the presence of other people
And being
does
acknowledged.
to these people, and being acknowledged, because that's about
As
being
peers.
acknowledged as somebody who you are, who doesn't put you down, who sees you as their peer, their equal.
Right.
It's so important. So I mean, it's
So you
never know
might
what you
be
can
somebody
volunteer
that's,
for.
you know, we ran out of this, will you run to the store and get that? Or will you just let that person over there know this? Or you greet these people coming in? Just, I mean, there's a need for volunteers. And you have a Facebook page, and is that a good place for people to go to get in contact with you?
I encourage people to go to our Facebook page because it's constantly being updated.
Yeah, you have some great pictures.
Yeah, every time we do one, they're immediately updated. So you can always see what we do, you can see what we have done. Plus the fact that there's just a lot of, I like to say, it's an uplifting page. I like to say it like that. It's an inspirational page. We also, we had a website. I took it down. It's being rebuilt right now. As a matter of fact, the web builder just talked to me this evening, and it should be published by Monday.
Nice. Good deal. I'll watch for that. Tell me about the WOW.
WOW is a new one. It's under the umbrella of an organization called, I want to make sure I get it right, Quest Integrated Health Systems.
Okay.
They're an organization located in Portland, and they're part of Adventist Health, as a matter of fact, and I think a lot of us have heard of Adventist Health. And their purpose at first was to take in women who are HIV positive and help them take control of their lives. That became successful, and like a lot of organizations, they evolve. Now it has evolved into helping just men and women in that situation, but also men and women, again, who have fallen into a hole, who have taken a misstep in life. The next event we do with them, as a matter of fact, they were just asking if we would not be opposed to taking in outside people. They even want to help people who don't even belong to the organization. So that one will be open to the public as well, and we will be serving men and women. We even did a couple of girls, little daughters the other day. So we don't discriminate culture, color, age, or anything like that. If you have a need,
you're there.
You're
there. We're just about out of time, so I want to reiterate that WOW. And what does WOW stand for?
Women of Wonder.
Women of Wonder, I like that. And that's April 23rd. It's at 2901 East Burnside from 4 to 6 p.m. Correct. So you'll be coming to Salvation Army North on Killingsworth, or right off Killingsworth there.
Salvation Army North. We also do monthly with Friends of the Carpenter in Vancouver. Open House Ministries in Vancouver monthly. Safes, which is downtown Portland. It's called Salvation Army Female Emergency Shelter.
Okay,
we do that monthly. And I'm probably leaving out some.
Then we'll go to your Facebook page.
Yes.
And that's the way you Thank you, Jerry, very much. So thank you for being here tonight. And I love the way you're getting into to helping people starting with
My
a
pleasure.
haircut. That's
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, doing good work. Thanks for watching this segment of Community Hotline. Do be sure to check out the Facebook page. They're always having something new on there and doing amazing work. So you check out Hands of Favor. And we'll be right back with more of Community Hotline.